Well, good morning guys and welcome to today's vlog. Today I'm just running some errands. It's coming towards the end of 2023. Thank God it's been an awful year for me. I'll talk about that a bit more briefly in a little while. Yeah, just come along, we'll have a chat, walk and talk. And yeah, let's go and do this. I am going to start today's vlog with an old relic which is soon to be departed from this estate forever. And it's quite sad and quite poignant, and it's not this area, not the playground at all. That will remain, I'm pretty sure of that, but it's this guy over here, the Lakes Estates infamous dinosaur. He's lived here, well not here, he started out life at the bottom end of Ferngrove Leon School, as it once was, now Leon Academy. And he stood proudly on the corner guarding its gates for the best part of maybe 2.5, 3 decades before moving to here for what we believe to be his forever home. But since then things have happened. They say he's getting crumbly and weak and they're simply going to tear the old guy down. Now me, I believe it's more a matter of care and attention. If they wanted to, they could take their time, slowly, gingerly, etc. pick him up and move him. You can see round his knee area. It is a bit crumbly, but that could be redone. I believe tomorrow there's supposed to be some sort of commemorative fete, get together here to say goodbye to him. Certainly got fond memories of him, and it's such a shame when you think that he's made to the same spec as the Triceratops, which we all dearly love here in Milton Keynes. But our T-Rex will be departing us. Goodbye, old fella. You will be missed. Now, along with our dear old friend the T-Rex, the dinosaur, also believed to be going in 2024, or the start of it going, is the entire area of Serpentine Court. Growing up, this was a great play area. Had all the stores, everything you need, the shops, the barbers, the bakers, the grocers, the takeaway. And just over the years people have moved out, moved on, and it's all gone. I think basically it's the pharmacy and there's a chicken shop left. Just another sad old relic sitting here, derelict. But it certainly does need replacing, that's for sure. The Warren was once the Bow Bells pub, owned by the famous 70s wrestler Johnny Kincaid. He then went on to run the Bletchley Arms before that closed down and become Captain Ridley's shooting party, the Weatherspoons in Bletchley. Yep, pretty much a sad, empty relic nowadays. That was Bunce's when I was growing up. Turner's the baker. You could go around there early hours of the morning, get yourself a freshly baked good and not pay for it, just giving it, because it's like the baker's dozen, they have a spare one. Jack the hairdresser's was situated there. He's now in Bletchley in the little indoor area. That was J&M Shine. I used to race motocross with his nephew, with Pete Shine. Down there was the laundrette and the post office. I don't know whether this was Wong's or Young's at the end here, which was a Chinese takeaway cum chip shop. And here was situated Cooper's. I went to school with Stephen Cooper back in the day. Good lad. Yeah. You can see it definitely was once a pub, the old Bow Bells over there. The old Happy Shopper there in the distance, I remember that. I think it was a Budgeons once, it's been all sorts. But it's overpriced. They don't have all the stock you need. Situated here we have the old London Pride. It was more of a clubhouse, sort of thing you find at a holiday park, is what it looked like inside. But some people preferred that to the Bow Bells. I used to come specifically to this area here that was the off licence. Back when I was a kid, used to have the days of the old De La Cola. You'd have the empty glass bottles at the end. They would collect them, put them in a crate, bring them down here. Just where this bit is closed off here, there was a gated area. They'd all go in their crates. As kids, they'd all jump in, nick all the bottles back out there, go back in the front entrance and get another 9p for the bottle, and that would be enough for, back in the day then, a packet of Walker's Crisps, of which you only had 3 flavours, ready salted, cheese and onion or salt and vinegar, or a packet of KP nuts. If this changes in 2024, I wonder how much of this landscape will remain the same. Does it mean all these flats are coming down? Not 100% sure, but I'm intrigued by it. These have been here since I've been here basically. So I feel for those that have lived here and have to move on while they do come down, but it's all for a better good. They will find something much more suitable in their place if they ever do return. Hi there, Mr. Swan, how are you? Of course I can only assume it's Mr. Swan, it could be Mrs. Swan. It certainly is again a blustery day. We seem to have had storm after storm all over December, the Christmas period, etc. coming into the new year. We've just had Storm Gerrit, I believe it is, has gone through. It's dumped a heck of a lot of snow up north in Scotland, even brought tornadoes to Manchester and that area. We've just had some, I suppose they're like hurricane force winds down here down south, but overly not too bad. It just, it does get to the camera. The wind comes through, you hear that horrible growling effect in the background, but there's little I can do about that. As you've seen, we started the vlog around the Lakes estate. Now those who live on the lakes, I do not know why they don't all frequent down here for a lovely walk, because this is one of the most beautiful areas in all of Milton Keynes, just with this avenue of trees. Doesn't cost you a penny. Just make your way down here and have a gentle stroll. So how would I sum up 2023 for myself? Absolutely awful, to be honest with you. We started out the year, there was myself, Rach, me mum. We stood at the end of my sister's bed at Willen Hospice. Didn't wish in the new year because we knew what was pretty much going to happen, and of course that did happen on the 6th of January when my sister sadly departed us. She'd had a tough life for about 7 years since her diagnosis, and then from there we sort of tried to go on, carry on with our lives as normal, but it was never going to be the same. The next problem is I started feeling unwell and I couldn't work it out. I've been to see several doctors in that time. No one could put a pinpoint on it, so they thought they'd rule everything out. They gave me one of these stool test things, so you have to rub in and send it off and what have you. Instantly I got that. I was called into the doctor's surgery. He sat down with me, done the old hand on the shoulder bit, and handed me this form saying suspected cancer, which after what we'd already been through was a hard knock to take. From there I went on and had this colonoscopy procedure. The worst bit about it, because you didn't feel any of that, was the drink, this Plenfu stuff you had before. It was vile. You're sort of gagging on it trying to swallow it. But that went past. I had the procedure. I think they cut a few bits. It wasn't cancer, thankfully enough, but we all reckon it's still got something to do with my nervous system. It's like it's all hung up in a tree and gets snagged time to time, a bit like sciatica, but it's bleeding painful, it really is. From there we just went back into the mix of day-to-day life. The YouTube channel was kicking on pleasantly, so was my Facebook groups, etc., and we just got on with life, getting ready to enjoy going to Florida in October. And then out of the blue, the next thing to hit me was work. I worked for a company for 10 years. I don't need to mention who they are. I enjoyed my time there. I loved the people I worked with, which made it even harder. One day, just coming to work, CEO pulls me to one side. Oh, can we have a chat? There's nothing wrong. Okay, I thought, well, I've done nothing wrong, so I'm not going to get a bollocking for anything. Sat down, they said it's not very good news. And I thought, okay, what's going on here then? And they turned around and said they'd made a loss, 900,000 to $1 million the previous year. They couldn't sustain it, so they were looking at making my role redundant. And so with that, what they did, so I'm being interrupted by a little squirrel down here. So what happened with that is they turned around and said, we're going to make your role redundant, pass it on between 6-7 members of staff. And when they offered it and showed me the package that went with it, I basically took their arm off, because it was just shy of, I think it was 11,000. I've been there 10 years. Obviously I would have liked more. Didn't get any further than that. Didn't get any sort of a leaving present or anything like that. I was pretty much out the door within a matter of days. I accepted the offer and got myself ready to go to Florida, which we did and had a great time. Then coming back from Florida, we knew it was coming at some point this year, and that was the situation with my gran. My gran, she was 99 years old. She'd had Alzheimer's for the best part of 8 years. Really awful thing to go through. She didn't know who she was, she didn't know where she was, she didn't know who we were. You get slight little glimpses now and again, but it wasn't enough. And December the 3rd she passed, and it's sort of, it's like a blessing, to be honest with you, that she's no longer in pain. We dearly miss her, same as we miss my sister, and it just sort of, but all them put together, all these bits, is a real tarnish on the year and all the otherwise good things that happened. As I said, good things did happen. They were a silver lining in otherwise an awful year, but as I said, the bad things overruled them. Obviously we had Orlando. That is always great, what we did there, what we enjoyed. I threw out 50 vlogs in that time, thoroughly enjoyed myself. I found myself with a new position work wise. I'm now working with adults with learning disabilities, finding my feet slowly. It will be a rewarding job for sure. It's just difficult transitioning from one totally different job aspect to another, and then of course meeting up with the likes of Adventures of Paul and going on some pretty epic adventures, which I didn't think possible at the start of the year. We just connected, we've been places that I dare say neither of us have dreamed of, and we've had some seriously good fun. Let's go and see how fast our old River Ouse is running. Behind me there, that's the Grand Union Canal, and that's where I live at the back there. That's the Lakes Estate. And then just further on from that, this is the Great River Ouse. It's pretty scenic round here, but as I said, apart from the odd dog walker, always quiet. Unless I just come down here at the wrong time of year. Wow, see from this, look, that is usually a gentle trickle, but of all the rain we've had of late, that's burst its banks, making its way through. It's probably flooded further down there. I know it was last year and you couldn't make your way through. Yep, certainly burst its banks, and I don't think it's done with yet. The water from further down south because this is running, it's not running north to south, this is running south to north. All the waterways will trickle into that, and I dare say it will be up over here and probably around this tree area within a month's time. Area you can see in the distance over there, that is the Brick Hills, Bow Brick Hill, Great Brick Hill, Little Brick Hill, Woburn Sands, Aspie Guys. And to the right over there, I've still got to find it. You know, I've done tales when I've done all this spooky stuff with Paul, the likes of Dick Turpin or whatever. Allegedly, in that area up the top there, there is, I think it might have been an old sandstone quarry in amongst the woods, but it's known as Turpin's Lair. It's a little cave that he used to seek refuge in. At some point, maybe with a weather like this, the trees not all overgrown, etc., is the perfect opportunity to find it. We'll see what next year brings, but I definitely am interested in finding the location. Currently playing peekaboo with a squirrel. I see ya. Will you be safe up there? And I'll leave you be. Go on. It appears we have a plethora of ducks and geese. I dare say at some point they're all going to gather together and fly south somewhere. So I wish them all luck. Even the little streams, these are the kind of streams AP has walked through in his wellies before. Certainly wouldn't catch me doing that, but that is seriously deep now. But not as deep as what's over there. Make my way along this towpath because the intention is to get back round the back of Fenny Stratford train station and then go and do some shopping down in Tesco's. Pretty much my errands for the day. But this is a beautiful location. Quite tranquil. During the summer you get the ducks all sitting along there. Guess it shows you it's been a while since I've been down here. That was just like footings and then the early part of foundations going in, but that's really taken shape. Probably flats, could be a nursing home possibly. This old relic here, this one with the Honda outboard engine, seen far better days. Don't actually think anyone either owns it. I think it's just been dumped here because it looks a real state. Could be wrong, generally am, but yeah, that's seen better days. But these are the sort of things that have done the country proud in the Second World War with Dunkirk. Going across the channel, pick up the stranded troops and bring them safely home. Now I've heard something about this place, I don't know whether it's true or not, but apparently this lock here, Fenny Lock, is the smallest working lock in the entirety of the UK. Whether that's true or not, don't know. But I just put that out there, maybe someone actually knows. There is a plinth here. I'm not gonna stand here and read it for a while. Can't see anything there that depicts and turns around and says that, but I believe it to be. Bet that old lockkeeper's cottage is worth a few bob. Look at the old clock up there. Not the one above that's hanging, but the one that's sticking out. And this is where we cross the rickety old bridge, which is pretty bouncy. Yeah, see what I mean about the clock if I focus in on it? That is seriously old. A little one there. As we walk past the Red Lion pub, this building here, the old Travis Perkins building, that is where, if you see my vlog, and it goes on about the cannabis factory, that was in there. We done that back in the summertime. Great adventure. Pretty weird. Kind of wonder how significant this train station is going to become. The reason, of course, for me saying this is because Fenny Stratford station, which branches off from Bletchley, goes to Bedford. One of its stops being Kempston Hardwick, where I stood during the week, not last week, the week before, or was it last week? I can't remember now, time sort of catches up with you. But that is where Universal Studios is being built, and if you're going to make your way from Bletchley, it will be on this line, so it's going to need some serious upgrading. And the one at Kempston Hardwick is even smaller than this. Well guys, I have said so much yet said so little, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Allow me to take this opportunity to wish yourselves and your families all the best for the new year 2024, year of the dragon, of course. Wow, I can't even remember what I am. I think I might be a rabbit or a dog or a boar, one of them. It doesn't matter. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I've appreciated all your comments, your views, your likes, those who have gone out of their way and subscribed. As you know, I don't ask for subscriptions, I just let it run and it does its own thing. The people that are with me, that watch the stuff on a regular basis, are there because they want to. And I had spit my own words out, truly appreciate that. It's so welcoming. It still feels great that you're out there touching a part of the world. Sort of, I don't think for any moment I'm making a difference to people's lives, but if they're down or if they're just wanting to see something different to take away 20 minutes of their lives otherwise, then they tune in. I truly welcome it. It's great. It's a great feeling for sure. Anyway guys, be safe, have a tipple if that's your choice, and be merry. And I will see you, it seems strange saying next year when it's on our doorstep, but I truly will do that. I will see you next year. I have got to work on some different types of content, some similar content which we'll be doing, myself and Paul will be out doing the spooky stuff, the nighttime stuff. When it gets light, obviously it'll be nighttime stuff. Again, out with Rach at the weekends, regular Saturday vlog. Might give it a break for a week or so, just see what the weather's doing, etc. But with that, have a great one guys. We will see you in the movies 2024. Bye for now.